You look at programming, conditioning, social ideas of who you should be, what other people expect of you, your family ideology, your culture, and you discover that actually you are none of those things, or you don't want to be those things, or they just are not really even attractive to you. What do you do then? Well, this is where you find yourself in a dilemma, where you either have to choose the red or the blue pill, the right or the left path, the right or the right way, I call it, which always will have a consequence. But really, it's the dilemma between really going along with what you think is safe and maybe what your ego feels more comfortable with, the kind of comfort zones that you might already be with, the patterns you've followed, what other people have done. Many, many, many people have shown you as the way you should take. And or you have to choose the other path, which has absolute uncertainty. It's unknown, it's undiscovered, and there's a reason for that. That's because you are the one that's meant to discover it. You are the only unique presence inside your own sack of flesh that has that specific moment in reality, in space and time, which don't exist, by the way, but let's say for our sake of understanding, to express. You are the only one that can take that direction with that mind, that state of being, that emotional state, and that soul spirit existence. So the bigger question is, what do you need to make that choice? Because if you take the other one, it's inevitably going to end up making you either sick, frustrated, mentally ill, or outright unhappy. Because we know now more than we did before that authenticity and truth is much more important to you than even love. This is a very, very interesting study that's been done. I'll be talking about it recently. I saw a lot of new information about sound, light, and truth. Research that's been done on the brain, neuroscience, and I'll be sharing it on my channel and also on my socials. So stand by for that, where I'm going to explain to you why being authentic, being really genuine, tapping into your own inner truth is a matter of real health and wellness, but also survival at the end of the day. Because after 25 years of being a clinical psychologist, let me tell you, the parts of us that we do not acknowledge or embrace or integrate are the parts of us that are going to forever remain dormant, calling our attention until we do acknowledge them and embrace them and accept them. And those are often parts of us that maybe others don't understand, maybe others haven't even seen. Maybe it's parts of us that we think are unacceptable, unlovable. And we can struggle for years with that. In fact, it takes years to undo the problem of an inner critic or an inner saboteur, the part of us that actually erodes our self-esteem and our self-worth. Thank you so much for the people jumping on. Lovely to have you. I'm going to be doing much more lives on Fridays. Because that part of us is the part of us that has been introjected, we say in a very fancy word in psychology, but it means absorbed from our primary environment, our family, our parents, our social status at school, our society, the people that criticize us, judge us, guide us, and protect us. They start out guiding and protecting us, but they can end up judging and criticizing us, really to try and keep us safe in their mind. But actually what they're doing is giving us a lot of negative feedback about how dangerous the world is, how unsafe we are, how much fear to process. And of course, this can go really wrong in certain people that end up with anxiety problems, serious stress in the body, in the mind, where they have continuous thinking, over worrying, overthinking, and anxiety at the end of the day. It's all coming from really not being able to tap into this truer part of yourself, to be able to work on a deeper way of understanding and accepting the deeper truth inside of who you are and becoming who you really are by expressing it. So I hope this has helped you. I look forward to talking to you a little bit more on the lives, but I'm also starting to do a series of videos on sound therapy and vibration rhythm and real entrainment. How does it work? Why is it so important? And what's the difference between sound healing and sound therapy? Because as you might know, there are a lot of scientific studies now confirming what the seers, sages, rishis, yogis, saints, and real wise men and women from the past have always known, is that there is a deep secret in the universe, a secret primordial pulse that keeps everything vibrating. And when you become united to that, when you can entrain to that, when you can harmonize with that, you become deeply bound with this precious and persistent divine aspect of the universe that gives us all life and gives our life true meaning. I hope to see you on some of those videos. And if you want to study with me, we'll very soon have a sound therapy training course online for people who want to learn to practice and or people who want to deepen their knowledge and understanding of some of the metaphysical secrets of the universe. Thank you for watching.